The board previously met in closed session under exception C1, C11, and C21. I'd like to call to order the January 10th, 2023 Waukegan Public School Board of Education meeting. If I can have a roll call, please.
Mr. Riddle.
Present.
Ms. Callahan Wozniak.
Here.
Mr. McBride.
Here.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Here.
Ms. Hannah. Ms. Leguizamo. President Ewing.
Yes, I'd like a motion to go into open session, resume open session.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Riddle,
Second.
second by Mr. McBride. All in favor signify with aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Meeting is back in session. With that, if I can have Ms. Angela Ramirez lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. For President's Report, I want to first welcome you all back to our first board meeting of 2023. It's been nearly a month since the Board of Education has met, and so it's great to be back in the boardroom. We have a lot of things going on for this next year. Just brief updates. We are reviewing current policies, so and I want to clarify, not even clarify, is back when we had an incident, many heard me talk about zero tolerance as it related for aggressive physical contact with students. There's been confusion around what that statement has meant. As such, we've convened a group to look specifically at that issue and make recommendations. So that group did have its first meeting last Wednesday. We will continue to bring that information back. Myself and I believe Mr. Riddle are looking at that policy along with community members and school representatives. So we will keep you abreast of that. Yesterday we had an inauguration, so I was able to go down to Springfield and see our new government is along with elected officials, and I look forward to seeing our state rep and state senator tomorrow. We have great partners down in Springfield, and we want to continue to develop and cultivate those relationships. I'm looking forward to fantastic 2023. I won't belabor the point. I have some other, I do want to update on two things. At the previous board meeting, we talked about the soccer team. We did receive clarification to actually identify what the honors that they received. The board did help sponsor their event that they had at La Canoa, and I know that individuals attended. We do want to come back because we've had success for many of our student athletes, so we will be figuring out a way in order to address all of them so that we do not forget anybody. It's because we want to recognize the achievements of our students, and so I'm excited about that. And then the other thing I wanted to update is we've heard from the community as related to our compensation study report. Again, not due to the fault of the vendor, but communication and back and forth between the district and the vendor. That presentation is ready, and it will be presented per the superintendent and myself at the student achievement meeting, which will happen next week. So I do want to announce both of those items. So that concludes my student board member report, and now I want to go to Miss Joanna Gutierrez, our student board member, or board president report. Now we want to go to our student board member report.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed the New Year's and the holidays. It is now time to get back, though. Back to the routines, and as we all know, season changes and days are visibly darker. I want everyone to remember that seasonal affective disorder is a real thing, also known as SAD. A way you can all help as teachers, through my perspective, is keeping blinds open during class time. That helps light get into the classrooms. Also, just like keeping a positive energy and pushing through this last semester. For me personally, January is always the toughest month, but I know with desire and motivation, we can all get through it. And also, as we all know, this is my second to last board meeting as student board member. But I wanted to mention that I will be creating a student board panel alongside a student, Johnny Crenshaw from Zion Benton. This panel will be for all Lake County student representatives. Although it is not fully developed and still in the works, I know that my partner and our regional superintendent, Michael Carner, will be a great team to help build this into existence. We had this idea because I didn't want to stop here. Our main goal is to gather high school student representatives to discuss concerns and topics within our districts and community. This will help see different perspectives from students around Lake County and bring back resources and ideas back into their own community. Thank you. That is all for tonight.
I want to say thank you to Ms. Gutierrez, who's been an excellent student board member, and like every student board member before her has grown this role. So excited to see her go on to represent Waukegan on a county level, which is super important, along with the work that she does over at the Aunt Mal Foundation and cheerleader and at Jewel and all of the many other things, JROTC. Oh, she's a dedicated servant and a community servant and a example of the amazing talent that we have in Waukegan. So we are beyond proud of her and all that she's done representing the Waukegan Board of Ed and Waukegan High School.
One more thing, we have our competition at Grace Lake North this Saturday for cheerleading. If we'd like more supporters to go and show the Waukegan spirit, because we always have a very small crowd in the stands. We'd really appreciate if we had like more support. You can also follow the Instagram at Waukegan_cheer to see more dates for our competitions.
And I see our communications director in the back, so maybe if we can get some social media buzz, because again, we want to represent and support all of our student athletes, and cheerleaders are athletes. There's a lot that they can do that I will never be able to do. So we appreciate and value them. With that, it's time for special recognition and presentation. So I want to call up Miss Desiree Martinez. Who do you call her? Miss Desiree Martinez to the front of the room. And the coaching staff, if they want to join her at the microphone, including Coach Leo and team.
Hey guys, all right.
So while they get ready and situated, for those who may not know, over the last year and under Mr. Mike Gonzalez and A.D. Colette, Mitt Urbach, and Ms. Desiree Martinez, who has really been at the forefront in growing this program, there's a formal partnership and relationship between Waukegan's athletic department and the Waukegan Junior Bulldogs, so we've been excited and are happy to announce that these are, and what's the title, Coach or Ms. Martinez, that they won?
The Big Ten Middleweight Super Bowl Championship.
So the Big Ten Middleweight Super Bowl Championship.
All right.
We want to see football be successful in Waukegan, and so we want to continue to cultivate and support this talent. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Martinez and the coaching staff, and then we have a gift that we'd like to present to our Junior Bulldogs organization.
Okay, I'm going to do a little quick brief. I didn't plan on speaking. I just wanted to say this organization's been out there for over 30 years. It used to be the Merchants, went to the Chiefs. I was a part of the Chiefs. Then we changed it into the Junior Bulldogs to try to become more aligned with the school district. And with this team here, we haven't had a Super Bowl championship within the Waukegan Junior Bulldogs since about 2017. So it's been a long time coming for us. I'm proud of these kids because what we've had to go through just this year alone, different trials and tribulations we've had to go through. I'm proud of them for getting through and making it to the fight, making it to the end. And so I'd like to say thank you to the coaching staff that we have here. This is Coach Charles, Coach Leo, Coach Nick, This is our athletic director here, Coach Mike. We have our director of parent engagement over here and picture taker, Miss Patrice. Anybody else here? I'm sorry. And so then I'd also like to give a big shout out to Miss Colette Urbach and Mr. Michael Gonzalez. They have been instrumental behind the scenes helping us out with a lot of things this year that wouldn't have been possible for us. So I just want to give them a big shout out, big kudos. Also to your security department, because we've had some issues going on at the different fields we've been at, just with Waukegan in general, and they've been there to help us out along the way. So I just wanted to say thank you, and of course to the school board as well. So that's my low talk for you. Okay, say something.
Yeah, hi, my name's Coach Lasavita. I've been a part of the Waukegan football, the junior Bulldogs, and the high school program. And it was, years ago when, this is going back to when Mr. Perkins, I think, was athletic director and Jennings was coach. And, everyone talks about changing the culture of Waukegan football. Miss Hanheimer, you'd come out with Coach Browder and talk. And every time something bad would happen in the community, it'd be former Waukegan football player, former Waukegan basketball player, even though this person had graduated 20-some years ago. So we had the, changing of the culture. It's been a buzzword for a long time. And, these kids have been coming, who are coming up, who are freshmen now. It's just a credit to the coaching staff and the junior Bulldogs to help create these kids that are coachable. Coachable kids become employable adults. And it's really, I believe, because of the investment that the district has put in with the junior Bulldogs and the consistency and the coaching staff. All these kids up here, these are all good kids. And, we appreciate what you guys have done as a district for these kids. And, again, hope continue to push these kids into the high school. Years ago, these kids, the great kids at the junior Bulldogs, they were going to other schools. They weren't going to Waukegan. The kid from Waukegan was sitting on a bench contemplating whether he's going to continue to play football through the high school. You see with the freshman class you have, those are winners. Those kids won some games, and it's going to trickle down because, again, a credit to these group of coaches and to Desiree and Mike for running this program the way it should run as a feeder program. So,
Great.
So we have a new breakaway. Don't rip it off, Superintendent.
Really a breakaway. A breakaway.
So we have a new breakaway banner for when they do their home games, our Waukegan Junior Bulldogs. I know. I asked Nick if we could. He told me no.
I know, right? Oh, is that tall? Is that tall as the trophy?
Can't you break through it?
I am so proud of these young athletes here, and I am hoping and praying the best for them as they advance in their school, and when they get to high school, that we will be able to witness them going to championship over championship.
All right.
Thank you, parents.
And that's what I was going to say. And so I know everybody taking pictures. If you guys want to, just a couple minutes, go ahead. And if you come on, run up. So if you all want to grab your pictures, and then we want to recognize the parents, because we realize it doesn't happen without your support. And so we thank you all for joining us as well.
Thank you, parents.
And though the coaches worked very hard with this young group of men, it would not be possible without the team moms. So team mom Patrice and team mom JJ, thank you for all you do for these young men.
Miss Martinez, just a special thank you to you. You have been out there pushing for the football for our young students for a very, very long time. So I'm very grateful and thankful to you that you're still humping and still doing that great thing with the children. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Hannah, and thank you to the team. That's you all, so there's the box over there if you want to re-roll it, and that's going with you all. So, thank you, guys.
Thank you. I didn't bring the book.
All right, while they get settled, if you guys want to bring up the public comment sheet.
You guys keep up the good work.
100%. And we
Keep
want to
up the
see
good
you out
work.
on that Bulldog field at the high school.
Thank you guys.
Thank you all.
for what you do. Thank you so much for what you do.
Oh yeah, so again, this is a public meeting. You guys are more than welcome to stay, and we appreciate it. If you want to leave, you can do so as well. I do know our elementary students had a map test, and so I'm not sure about the middle school. We are now at the opportunity for public comment. When I call your name, please come up to the podium. Each public speaker gets 3 minutes. If you need translation services will be provided to you, and you will get 6 minutes. We do ask that you refrain from using student and staff names in your remarks. First name on the list is Mr. Ray Vukovic. And whenever you start speaking, your time will begin, Mr. Vukovic.
Great. Thank you, and good evening. We're starting a new year, and I would hope we could start on a new track, but it seems like some things just keep repeating themselves. Talked about this many times this past year. December the 5th, actually November 29th, I filed a FOIA report. 5th of December, I got a response back stating that they needed an additional 5 business days to complete the information, that the general counsel had to review it. As of this afternoon, I've never received any information from anyone about that FOIA request. Now, ironically, the board president brought up a topic that is going to be discussed next week at the student achievement meeting. That actually was the content of my FOIA. All the general counsel had to do was send a response saying that matter has not yet been presented to the Board of Education. That would have closed that item out, but nobody has responded. This board has 2 employees. The general counsel is one of them. And I think that you need to make sure that the job is getting done. I go back to April of last year. I FOIA'd a number of closed session minutes for this board. And the response was that they had not yet been approved. Now, I haven't gone back to ask because you have nowhere on any of your websites can you access the closed session minutes. They have to be done by FOIA. So when a member of the public goes through FOIA, might get done, it might not get done. You know, what do people in the community have to do to get information that we are legally entitled to? I would hope that you can make some changes this year so that this kind of thing doesn't happen, because I know that I'm not the only one in the community that experiences this situation with the FOIA office. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vukovic. Next name is Ms. Christine Lindsay.
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. I think I'm going to ride on the coattails of communication and transparency. Unfortunately, this is a major theme whenever I come up to talk. From what I understand, the protocol, not policy, is that the teachers and administrators are, even if they're busy, expected to communicate with parents, students, other staff members, possibly within 48 hours. So I'm confused on when I sent an email to our superintendent on October 27th asking for another meeting to review the data. Again, at her invitation, she asked, send me an email when you're ready to talk about the data. And we are on January 10th. No response. It is not my job as a parent or community member to hold you responsible for your job. That is the board's job. I would expect if you are having the rest of district employees communicate appropriately within a timely fashion, that you would do the same. But since I didn't get that meeting, I'm going to try to be very quick with what time I have. Based on the data we are given, we are being told that our scores are getting better. I see bright moments. I see fifth graders reading in 2019 at 26%. That's good from where they came from. I see third graders in math, 2019 again, at 25%. These students are not retaining these scores. We see bumps in the road where we do have some higher moments, but we see a lot of these scores going down, which tells me, with my reading instruction background, that those skills were not stable. So I'm tired of being gaslit. I'm tired of being ignored. I want the board, who, from what I understand, were born and raised here in Waukegan, to talk to the community that you come from. Be real with us. We don't want to be lied to. You can accept, yes, we have these great moments and they should be celebrated, but we still have a long road to go, and this is our plan. I'm not seeing a plan. I'm seeing Band-Aids. You went and heard about the science of reading. We've been telling you that. We've been telling you that. And again, another conference you go to for them to tell you to do it. Done.
Thank you. This concludes our public comment. We appreciate all of those that spoke. We are now at our consent agenda, item 10A. It's one item. Approval to attend the TCEA Convention 129-2023 through 2/1/2023.
Administration superintendent of the week to attend the TCEA convention. Includes registration, travel, lodging, meals, per diem.
Mr. Riddle, motion. Recommended action.
Motion by
Just
Mr.
read
Riddle.
by the superintendent.
Second by Mr. McBride. Any comments or questions on the motion? Go ahead, Ms. Hannah.
Maybe I just don't understand. If she is Nicole
Strop.
Strump of the Lake County ROE, why are we paying for it?
Dr. Naut is coming to the podium.
And I do understand that this is regarding the EIR grant, but nevertheless, why should the school district pay for this, and why not Lake County ROE?
Go ahead, Mr. Dr. Naut.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Hannah. Happy. You guys hear me? Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone. If you recall from the EIR grant, we have three main partners. We have Northeastern Illinois University, Lake County ROE, and Educational Potential LLC. Those are the three partners that we have in the EIR grant. This individual that works for ROE, she is the person that's leading the professional development in our schools with teachers as it relates to the EIR grant. So she goes and gets trained on some of those concepts that are relevant to the EIR grant, and she brings them back so she can appropriately train our teachers. It's part of the contract that we have with them that we would support her in her training and professional development to bring that back to the district.
Okay, that's great answer.
Yeah.
However, my question still remains the same. I'm not going to belabor it, but I'm still asking. If she works for ROE,
yes,
why can't ROE pay this $2,500? So,
okay.
Unfortunately, I can't support it.
Okay.
So, sorry, Dr.
It's
Naut.
part of our agreement that we have with Lake County ROE.
We're the fiscal agent.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so they're requesting to pay for one of the partners who's participating
Correct.
in the grant
Correct.
to receive professional development.
Correct.
This is being paid for from the ER grant
Correct.
that they are partners on.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
We got a motion and a second. There are no other comments or questions. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Riddle.
Yes.
Ms. Callahan. Ms. Callahan Wozniak. Yes. Mr. McBride. Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Ms. Hannah.
No.
President Ewing.
Yes, item approved, motion carries. We are now at the consent agenda for operations. Only two things on here. Item 11A and 11, which is ratification of payment for SSCIP liability insurance renewal for the 2023 plan year. And item B, retroactive approval of SCCIP cyber program premium for the plan year 2023. Do you guys want to vote on these separately? Are you guys prepared to vote together?
I motion to vote on the items together.
Motion to vote on items 11A and B.
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Riddle. Any comments or questions on the motion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Riddle.
Yes.
Ms. Callahan Wozniak. Yes. Mr. McBride. Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Ms. Hannah.
Yes.
President Ewing.
Yes, item approved, motion's carried. I read them, but I'll read them again. 11A, ratification of payment of SSCIP liability insurance renewal for the 2023 plan year. And item 11B, retroactive approval of SCCIP cyber program premium for plan year 2023. There are no purchases and contracts. Personnel items 13A.
It is a recommendation that the Board of Education accept the administration's recommendation to approve the appointments and accept the retirements, resignations as found on schedules F993, G651, and L940, with the exception of A1 administrative reclassification.
And also, I'd like to separate the item under Schedule F993 to vote on it separately. The first name under that schedule.
First name on the schedule F993. That's the motion, or are you motioning that there, Ms. Hannah?
Was the motion already
It
made?
was read. You asked for it to be clarified, so I'm asking you to be the first to motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion for the approval of the personnel items. And I would like to separate the first item under Schedule F 993, as well as removing the
In
the
A1.
fourth under A1 and removing the last item off of that schedule
Administrative reclassification.
under the administrative classifications.
Thank you, Ms. Hannah. With a motion, do we have a second?
Second. Mr.
Second
Riddle.
by Mr. Riddle. Any comments or questions on the motion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Riddle,
Yes.
Miss Callahan Wozniak,
Yes.
Mr. McBride, Miss Gonzalez,
Yes.
Miss Hannah,
Yes.
President Ewing.
Yes, item approved, motion carries. We're now going to go back to approve item, the first name under schedule A1, no,
No.
schedule
Yes.
F993.
Oh.
Mhm.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Riddle, second by Ms. Gonzalez. Any comments or questions on the motion?
I just would like to clarify that it is not the individual of this item. It happens to be the process that I am opposed to, and just want to make that clarification for for Mr. Dupree.
Thank you, Ms. Hannah. With that, roll call.
Mr. Riddle,
Yes.
Miss Callahan Wozniak,
Yes.
Mr. McBride, Miss Gonzalez,
Yes.
Miss Hannah,
No.
President Ewing.
Yes, item approved, motion carries. All right, we have a few administrative appointments we'd like to recognize at this time.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Merced Garcia, who previously served as a housing case manager at Independence Center, Waukegan, Illinois. She will now serve as the specialist of culture and climate at Juarez Middle School with a starting salary of $55,000. Welcome aboard, Ms. Garcia. At this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Rebecca Testa Ryan, who previously served as an assistant principal at Abbott Middle School. She will now serve as the interim assistant principal at Juarez Middle School with a starting salary of $74,500. Congratulations, Miss Testa Ryan. At this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Jordana Kafka, who previously served as an assistant principal at Archmedian School in Miami, Florida. She will now serve as the coordinator of master schedules and assessment for the Washington High School Brookside campus with a starting salary of $86,000. Congratulations, Miss Kafka. Our next appointment is Mr. Oscar Dupuy. There you go. Thank you. I've been putting an R in your name for forever. Who previously served as a specialist of climate and culture at Juarez Middle School. He will now serve as the director of student outreach with a starting salary of $125,000. Congratulations, Oscar.
All right, welcome and thank you to all of those that have joined Waukegan or continuing in Waukegan. We appreciate that, and I also want to recognize, thank you for choosing Waukegan. We are now at financial reports. So we have item 16A, ratification of the first processing of January 2023 board bills, manual check request payments, and Old National Bank insurance payments for the period of December 7th, 2022 through January 3rd, 2023.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Education ratify the first processing of board bills for January 2023 and mail check request payments and Old National Bank insurance payments for the period of November 16, 2022 through December 6, 2022. The accounts payable board December 7, 2022 through January 3, 2023 payments total $4,563.41. The manual check request payments for the period of December 7, 2022 through January 3, 2023 total $2,689,558.49. The Old National Bank insurance payment for the period of December 7, 2022 through January 3, 2023 total $2,142,844.21.
I'll make a motion that we accept the item as presented.
Motion by Ms. Hannah.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wozniak. Any comments or questions on the motion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Riddle.
Yes.
Ms. Callahan Wozniak.
Yes.
Mr. McBride. Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Ms. Hannah.
Yes.
President Ewing.
Yes, item approved, motion carries. We're now at item 16B. We have the resolution to abate tax year 2022 levy for principal and interest, the 7,000 taxable general obligation bonds, alternative revenue source, series 2016.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Education adopt a resolution to abate the levy of tax year 2022 for the principal and interest on the 7 million, taxable general obligation bonds, alternative revenue source, series 2016.
Mr. Riddle, I make a motion that we take the recommended action as read by the superintendent.
Motion by Mr. Riddle.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wozniak. Any comments or questions on the motion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Riddle.
Yes.
Ms. Callahan Wozniak.
Yes.
Mr. McBride. Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Ms. Hannah.
Yes.
President Ewing.
Yes, item approved, motion carries. We're now at committee reports. Again, we've kind of been out, but does anybody have any committee reports at this time?
I can briefly give a summary.
Go ahead, Ms. Gonzalez.
If I'm really low. I could not make the EAC meeting last week, but we welcome new members. And I know Mr. Christensen with the PTAC, we're reviewing this policy 6040. Tomorrow, the Waukegan Schools Foundation is going to meet separate. And our next meeting for the EAC will be reviewing our equity policy and submitting edits.
Any other updates? If not, delegates report, Ms. Hannah?
Just that we have, there's some, a breakfast and the dinner meeting, too, both of them coming up, and I don't have the information offhand, but you all are good.
In the dinner information is important. I'd ask Ms. Hannah if you can invite all of the candidates because they are able to go to the dinner.
Okay, and thank you, Ms. Callahan, for the information. The Lakes Division Legislative Breakfast, Saturday, February 11th, and that will be held at the Libertyville High School. And candidates are welcome. And you don't have the other one?
The other one, I believe, is the candidates, and we'll make sure we get those dates. Ms. Hannah will bring them back at the next board meeting.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Hannah. Superintendent's report.
Nothing at this time. Just want to wish everyone a happy New Year.
All right. There are no information items. So under old business, item 19A, we have approval of separation agreement and general lease with employee.
It is recommended that the Board of Education authorize the board president to execute the separation agreement and general release in the form approved by the board's general counsel and the administration to implement the agreement as required.
I motion to approve the recommendation.
Motion by Ms. Gonzalez.
Second.
I'll second that.
Second by, I heard Ms. Riddle first over here. Any comments or questions on the motion?
Yeah, I just would like to say that I think that we need to talk about the outgoing when we have employees leaving under this condition, that the narrative is not disparaging, and that's the way that it reads, and I feel sad about this because of the years of service that were given, and then it's like the employee goes out as the worst person in the world, and I am not liking that, and it's not fair to the employee.
Thank you, Ms. Anna. Any other comments or questions on the motion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Riddle.
Yes.
Ms. Callahan Wozniak. Yes. Mr. McBride. Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Ms. Hannah.
No.
President Ewing.
Yes, item approved, motion carries. We are new business engagement of legal counsel 20A.
It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the engagement agreement with Hinshaw and Culberson as presented by the General Counsel.
Mr. Riddle, I'll make a motion that we approve the action as recommended by the superintendent.
Motion by Mr. Riddle.
Second.
Second by Ms. Wozniak. Any comments or questions on the motion? Roll call vote.
Begrudgingly. I'm like begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly, right?
This is something I would just like to say. This is something that we have no authority or choice but to do. Something that has to be done.
Thank you, Ms. Hannah. With that, roll call vote.
Mr. Riddle.
Yes.
Ms. Callahan Wozniak. Yes. Mr. McBride.
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Ms. Hannah.
Yes.
President Ewing.
Yes. All right, we are now at board member time. Ms. Wozniak.
I just want everybody to look forward to the end of the month when we announce our Bulldogs Strong Waukegan Schools Foundation scholarship will be open for applications.
And that's for all the teachers, right?
No.
This is the
for
student
students.
Bulldog Strong
They
application.
gave out the teacher ones already.
We gave out the teacher one already.
They
Yeah,
did.
we handed them out here. There's like 20 people. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Yeah, that was the teacher. Well, we do it annually, and it's coming up at the end of the month.
Thank you.
Look for
Ms.
it
Hannah,
on.
You are next anyway, so you can continue with board member time.
I just want to say, Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to new and great things coming in the new year, and I will stay hopeful. I will stay prayerful, and just say to everyone, let's get it on. Yeah.
Mr. McBride.
This is something new. I was looking at the time clock over there. I hope we can continue the rest of the year to stay on target and on track, should I say, and get out of here on time. I said this is excellent. And Mr. LeBaron, I think I brought it up before. We've had some pretty good days, but I'm asking you to look at our crossing guards out there. for weather purposes and make sure that they get the gear that they need. I think I brought it up once before. I know our safety department, I see them running around these big old yellow coats, and I'm whatever who's ever contracting with us, I would like maybe for you to find out that information, and it's a no-brainer because we already got the coats coming in. The only thing we need to put on them now is crossing guards to the safety. And again, and along with when it rains out there, we just had some hail, looked like quarters, a couple days ago, and I was out there in it. But fortunately, North Chicago made sure I had a raincoat on, so I like for our crossing guards get the same privilege that I have that I get on the other side of town. So if you can look into that for me, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McBride. Mr. Riddle.
I just want to wish everyone a happy and prosperous new year, and thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you.
Ms. Gonzalez.
I want to wish everyone a happy new year. I know that there's some community events coming up. The foundation scholarship is going to be out very soon, and I wanted to I don't know if it's this Friday. I heard that there was a talent show going on that I would love to go to if I knew the date and time. And to just look forward to a lot of hopefully happier memories, at least this month, moving forward.
And my remarks will be very, very brief. We have concluded our pilot with our community mental health initiative, so the report out on that will be coming forward. We learned a lot of valuable information. I appreciate everybody that got us to the finish line. Special recognition to Billy Coleman and the North Chicago think tank and all of the others that were involved, but he really, as the facilitator, helped drive that initiative. And so we do have some valuable information, talk about what we learned, and then hopefully we'll be coming back with some action items that the board can take to the administration to act on. So we appreciate that. With that, at 7:53, I'd like to call for a motion to adjourn.
Shout out.
Record.
Shout out.
The record-breaking 7:53. Y'all know Miss Hannah.
I got
No, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. It's a good thing.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by motion by Ms. Wozniak.
Second
by Ms. Gonzalez. All in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Anyone else, you can stay by yourself. Meeting is adjourned.
You needed a shout out.